When was the last time you believed in someone else more than you believed in yourself? Maybe you hype your friends, you celebrate your kids, you cheer on a coworker like they're about to change the world. You've got this. Hey, I believe in you. But when it comes to you, the same belief disappears. You hesitate, second guess, start to shrink. And deep down, you start wondering, what's wrong with me? And maybe you're even asking why you see greatness in everyone else, but you don't see it when you look in the mirror. You psych yourself out because you know that if you don't believe in yourself, you will never take the leap to live the fulfilled life. And here's the painful truth. Every time you let doubt win, you don't just lose a little confidence, you lose opportunities. You stay silent when you should have spoken up, and one day you look back and realize doubt stole years you cannot get back. But I've come with good news. Self-belief is not a personality trait. It's not genetic, it's not magic. It's something you can build. Think of your life like a house. Your actions, your choices, your relationships, they're all a part of that house. And self-belief is the foundation. Without it, walls will wobble, the roof will begin to leak, the whole thing will feel unstable in storms. Today, I'm going to give you 7 ways to build a stronger foundation so that the next time doubt comes knocking, you'll be able to open the door and say, "You're not welcomed here today." The first way to build your self-belief is to remember your receipts. Every house needs a foundation, and your foundation is your past victories. But the problem here is most forget their receipts. We get so focused on what is missing, what we haven't done, what we still want to do, that we completely ignore what we have already built. I once had a coworker who was telling me how she had never done anything big. I said, "Wait, what? You're 50 years old. You had to have done something." No, never done anything big. So I started the conversation. "Well, tell me a little bit about your life." This lady started down the list. Raising 2 kids as a single mom, working 2 jobs at once to feed them, surviving a divorce, moving across the country, and rebuilding her life from scratch. At the end of her telling me her story, she goes, "I guess I've done more than I thought." That was the moment she realized she had receipts. So what about you? What are the receipts that you've forgotten? What battles have you already fought? What storms have you already walked through? Try this. Create a file in your phone, maybe in the Notes app, where you put every win, whether big or small. And whenever doubt shows up, don't even argue with it. Pull out your receipts. Because your foundation has already been poured, you just have to remember it. The second way to enhance your self-belief is to take small, bold actions. A foundation is good, but a house doesn't rise until you start to lay bricks. And each brick laid is a small act of courage. If you were to ask me, "Hey, Aaron, what is the biggest mistake that you see people make?" My response would be, they wait to feel something before they act. They're sitting there waiting for confidence while time is ticking away. But confidence isn't the fuel, confidence is a result. Think about building a wall. You don't build it all at once. You lay one brick, then another, then another. Slowly the wall rises. And your self-belief works the same way. One decision, one conversation, one small act of bravery. I remember the first time I put myself out there online. I was low-key nervous, but I did it, and the world didn't end. The people that I was concerned about, what they would think, they weren't even watching. They didn't care. They were more worried about their own lives. And my action became a brick. The next time it was easier, the next time it was easier, the next time it was easier. Now over 150 videos, we're rolling. What's the brick you've been avoiding? What's the small step that you've been hesitating to take? I challenge you to identify one area that's been holding you back and take one step in the next 24 hours. You can even start a bravery streak where you take one bold action every day for the next 7 days. The most important part of the process is every brick you lay says, "I'm the kind of person that moves forward even when afraid." Number 3, upgrade your inner dialogue. Every house has a blueprint. Without it, the structure collapses. Your inner dialogue is the blueprint. And if the voice in your head says, I'm not ready, I'll probably mess this up, your brain builds according to that plan. So maybe you're someone who tears yourself apart with self-talk. You replay your mistakes over and over, talk yourself out of opportunities that you've never even tried. As Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So what blueprint are you giving your brain? Blueprints don't describe the house as is, they describe the house as it will be. The fourth way to enhance self-belief is to surround yourself with belief builders. You can't build a house alone. You gotta have a crew. And if your crew is full of people that laugh at your plans, question your abilities, secretly hope you fail, you'll never get far. And I know what that feels like. I've had seasons where I was surrounded by doubters. And slowly, I started to doubt myself as well. But the moment I surround myself with believers, those that believed in me even when I didn't, the walls of my life started rising. And their belief held me up until I could stand on my own. So look at your circle and ask, who's feeding my faith and who's feeding my fears? Because the people you let on your crew will determine how high your house can rise. The fifth way to enhance self-belief is to reframe failure as feedback. Every house has cracks. Every builder makes mistakes. That don't mean the house is worthless. It just means that you need to learn how to patch and reinforce. Self-belief doesn't mean you never fail. Conversely, it means that failure doesn't define you. I've had launches flop, speeches bomb, seasons where it felt like nothing was working, keyword felt like. And I'll be honest, those cracks in the moment hurt. But when I look back, every single one taught me something that I couldn't have learned otherwise. Failure is not proof that you're weak, it's proof that you're building. And whenever a failure happens, it's important to do a moment of reflection. And that moment of reflection can be as simple as asking yourself, okay, this was a failure. What did it teach me? And how will I use it moving forward? Edison didn't fail 1,000 times. He discovered 1,000 ways that didn't work. And your failures are simply blueprints in progress. Number 6, practice daily alignment. Imagine living in a house where the beams don't line up or the doors don't fit the frame. You'd never trust it. That's what happens when our actions don't align with our values. We stop trusting ourselves because you're living a life wherein you can't trust you. And here's the truth. You can't believe in someone who constantly breaks promises. So don't be that person to yourself. Pause and ask yourself, hey, what promises am I breaking to me? What little agreements do I keep making and then breaking? Pick one daily promise that you will not break, even if it's small. Because when your actions line up with your values, your self-trust begins to rise. And that trust is the backbone of self-belief. Number 7, visualize the future you're becoming. My favorite. Before a house is finished, an architect runs through it in their mind. They see it before it exists. That's what visualization is. It's not fluff, it's actual rehearsal for the real show. Athletes do it all the time before games. CEOs do it before big pitches. Performers do it before walking on stage. Because the brain can't tell the difference between imagining and experiencing. So every time you close your eyes, see yourself thriving, finishing, stepping forward, leading. And in doing so, you're going to train your brain to believe that it's already possible. The house rises first in your imagination, then in your reality. Here's the truth. Self-belief isn't built overnight. It's built every day. It's built when you remember your receipts, when you take bold action, when you upgrade your blueprint, when you choose the right crew and you reframe your failure, when you live in alignment, and most importantly, when you see your future before it exists. You're not just building confidence, you're building a foundation. You're building trust. You're building a life that doubt can't tear down anymore. So the next time doubt tries to whisper, you're not enough, answer back, well, I'm not waiting to feel worthy. I'm laying bricks of proof every single day. Drop a comment below. What's one brick you're going to lay this week? Specifically, that'll strengthen your self-belief. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, become an expander, join our growth community. And always remember that growth is a journey. It's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.